Because like I said, AI is not taking anybody's job. We're just transforming into the fourth industrial revolution. It's the same kind of transformation that happened when we went from horse and buggy to car. So do you even know how the AI works? Well, let me show you. I'm going to give you a small example. Now, this is like probably the layman's terms, right? Like a kindergartner could understand it. Okay, is how it works. Now, it's a lot more than what I'm going to show you here. But basically, you have a column of answers. Okay, so let's say you have 1 + 1 = 2. I guess you could call these facts. Let's just call this data. So you end up with two columns. You have one column of your data, which has your facts, okay? And then one column is something that's going to be figured out by the computer. The computer is going to come up with a way to guess what this answer is supposed to be. So how it works is that after it's done calculating these values right here, it stores it in what they call a vector database, okay? And you're going to have all kinds of things in this vector database. Namely, you're going to have the answers 2 and 40, 5 times 6, and 120 times 10. But anyway, they're in this vector database and they have some kind of relationship to each other when it's stored in this vector database. Like 1 + 1 would be close to 2, right? And 5 times 6 would be, oh, there's a 30 in here somewhere, would be close to 30. Okay, but that's basically how it's working, is that whatever your intention is, that's called, sometimes you could think of it as the prompt or something that you want the AI to give its attention to. It goes into this vector database and figures out what's closest to each other and spits out their best guess. And it does that when it's formulating sentences too, only it does little token by token. It's really miraculous when you think about it. And that's exactly how our mind works, okay? That all of our life, we've been filling it up. In other words, we've been loading it up with data. And then the thing that trained it is we have our experience in life, like something happened, and then that changes the value in our vector database. Okay, so when we see something that's similar in our life based on our experience, based on our load of data, okay, we're going to look at it differently. That's why we're all different. Nobody looks at everything the same way. Nobody looks at anything the same way. Like I could tell you this is a red pen and somebody would say it's not. Okay, and it could be. It looks red to me. Okay, but it may not be red to you. So the reason I wanted you to know a little bit about how AI works is so that you can understand how miraculous you are, because you operate a lot like AI. So remember I had the circle, and the circle represented our mind. Okay, and we had the conscious mind up here, and we had the subconscious mind down here. And then into this mind, and then we also had our body. Okay, here's our little body. And the body is the instrument of the mind. Okay, so in this mind, we have all the energy in the universe that's coming in all the time to all of us. Each one of us, the energy is flowing to and through us. If we can take that energy, we could turn it into an idea. Okay, so we take that idea and we think about it. And now in our reasoning mind, our conscious mind, our reasoning mind, it gives us the ability to accept or reject. So we can take that idea and we can either accept it or reject it. Now, if we accept it, we plant it into our subconscious mind, into the heart. And we're thinking about it all the time. And that puts us on a particular frequency. That's my little symbol for frequency. Okay. So whatever frequency you're on, you're going to attract everything in your life to that, whatever that frequency is. You're going to attract, that's what you're going to attract. And you're going to repel everything else. Okay. So if you have an idea that you're living in poverty and you're always going to be living in poverty, then that's the vibration you're on, and that's what you're going to have. Okay, that's the simple part of it, right? Because whatever vibration you're on, and that's what's going to give you your results. Okay, so all you have to do to figure out what vibration you're on is to take a look at your results. All right. So the point I wanted to make about the AI is a lot of people aren't so good with coming up with ideas. And a lot of people aren't able to take any kind of an idea and turn it into a fantasy. And that's required for the creation process. Okay, you have to be able to imagine something. Steve Jobs imagined the iPhone. Okay, and those people that did the plane, who were they? The Wright brothers. They had to see in their imagination a plane flying. Okay, and so now we're kind of at a crossroads. Okay, because AI has come into the picture, and it's going to change everything. It is changing everything. So my question maybe could be like, what are you going to do when AI takes your job? Okay, first of all, AI is not going to take your job. What's going to happen is AI is transforming the world. Okay, it's going to change the way we do our lives. Okay, and remember I mentioned here that a lot of people aren't so good at coming up with an idea, and they're even worse at turning an idea into a fantasy, which, like I said, was required for the creation process. So we just add AI to the mix. Okay, we could add AI to the mix, and AI can help you take your small thought and you could say, turn this into something imaginative, for instance. Okay, and then it will supply you with something that you can put in your mind here, into your subconscious, and get like a worthy ideal, a worthy destination for your life. Like what would it be like if life wasn't just the way it's always been? But anyway, I want to give you this little just little talk about how AI can help you come up with the idea and the fantasy in order for you to manifest it. Just to give you a little boost, since people have really been kind of tore down the last few years with the lockdowns and the threat of World War III and all those kinds of things. Well, that's another important point to make. Now, these things that I just mentioned, you're picking those up with these little antennae, sticking out of your consciousness. Okay, and these are your five senses: you see, smell, taste, touch, and whatever. Okay. What is it? See, smell, taste, touch, and hear. Okay. So your sensory factors are picking up this things on the outside world. Now, if you're seeing lockdown, fear, World War III, if that's what you're seeing in your outside world, then that must be what you're putting in your subconscious. That's where your heart is. They've gotten to our hearts. This is what's happening. Okay, the media has gotten to our hearts, or it couldn't even just be the media. It could just be your circle of friends. It could be your workplace. It could be whatever the normal conversation is that's going on out there with wherever you spend your most time. Now, if you spend a lot of your time alone, then it's going to be whatever your self-talk is. This is a very important concept. Whatever you're constantly telling yourself at a subconscious level, and sometimes you don't even know you're telling yourself, so you have to take another route, and you have to emphasize the things that are the opposite of whatever's tearing you down, because you don't even know, you don't even realize it's like burnt into you. You don't even realize that you're stuck on in first gear, and it's at a subconscious level. It's at a hidden level. You don't even know you're stuck. Okay, so there's ways to correct that without having to go back. You don't have to go back to your past and relive every failure in order to succeed. The success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. All right, so as long as you're taking steps towards a goal, now sometimes you forget, okay, sometimes like your goal right here, my goal could be I'm going to build $100 million company. Okay, and I could be thinking about that most of the time. But every once in a while, something bounces on. Oh my God, they smashed the cars down on Grant Street. They smashed the car windows, or there's an explosion at blah blah blah. Okay, it took my mind off of this, and it stuck it back on what's coming in here and my sensory factors. Okay, which we want to avoid as much as possible. It doesn't mean that you just don't care about what's going on in the world. It's just you realize that if you're going to do any good in the world, you're going to have to change your vibration in order to change the outside. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so and because I've been doing this for a few years, I've been realizing, wow, this stuff is amazing. So I put it together in a little webinar, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, and maybe go through some exercises. And then I'm also going to show you how to take the AI and web technologies that are available to us right now and show you how you can take that, come up with an idea, turn it into a fantasy, use AI if you have to. Turn that fantasy into reality, and we apply AI and web technologies to it, and you monetize it. And then you don't have to worry about what you're going to do when AI takes your job. Because, like I said, AI is not taking anybody's job. We're just transforming into the fourth industrial revolution. It's the same kind of transformation that happened when we went from horse and buggy to car. There were people that just didn't realize it. You could think of it like this. It's like the gold rush. Okay, when the gold rush, all those people came west to go dig for gold, okay, or pan for gold or whatever they did, right? Mine for gold. That's what they came west to do, okay? And a lot of those people never ever found any gold. Okay, but the people that were selling the tools for them to dig with made a fortune. And these tools that I'm showing you in this webinar, I'm not going to emphasize the tools so much, but I am going to go over them. But the software I'm talking about are the tools for people to pan for gold in the fourth industrial revolution. And there's an opportunity for you to spin up your own little online business selling these tools. And the cool thing that I really found, I keep discovering more and more about this company I'm working with, um, is that they have people that will help other people. So if somebody signed up and said, I want to use these tools, they have their own support help desk thing with the Zoom call and everything else that'll help them. Now, if you want to work with me, that's great. You can work with me because I'm a total techie and I love put these things together. All right. But you don't have to pay me. You don't have to work with me. You can just go on my website where there's a link at the bottom. There's three plans. There's the $50 a month plan where you're going to work with me. I'm going to work with you. And then there's two more plans, and those go directly to this place called High Level, Go High Level. And this software, this marketing system they have is phenomenal. It's amazing. So I shared a little bit about some of the features, and I'll continue to. But come to the webinar, sign up for a free trial, and this stuff is amazing, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's it. So now I'll talk with you later.